my little lichlings. Everybody say hi to the little lichling.
Hello, lichlings.
I didn't get a hello out of either of those two. I'm writing it down for later.
Oh,
This is
sorry.
the Laughing Lich Corporation. Homebrew Actual Play D&D session 14 of our Actual Play Homebrew session in our Homebrew world as we're creating as we go along. Today we're going to have our lovely Brad do the recap of our last session. And Brad, take it away.
I definitely remember everything that happened this week.
Do you want some help?
No, I was just opening my notebook. So we headed back to town with Ed Trusk in the bag of colding.
AKA the Mort.
The Mort, yeah. When we got back to town, we found out there is a festival called the Blooming. Celebrates the simultaneous blooms of a nocturnal flower that glows purple, etc. While we were at the festival, we tried to find a way to get Trusk back into the land of the living. We found that the most reliable person for that would be unintelligible handwriting, nickname Nightroot Kinthari.
Mela Nightroot Kinthari, yeah.
Yep, that's what I wrote down. But since the festival was going on, probably wouldn't be a good time to talk to her at the beginning. So we walked around at the festival a little bit, and talked to one of the head guards and got the information from him. He was dressed in like a cuirass of vines that was related to the goddess of the festival kind of thing, or the goddess associated with the festival. Check. We ran into the skeezy guy from the Krantz of Museum of Krantz. Followed him for a little bit, found out what he bought from the poachers. Roscoe managed to yoink it from him, and also the letter that was detailing where he was supposed to drop it off to the actual buyer at some point in the jungle. No, it was Veyrule, which was the name of the place that we found out a little bit later, after Yersa got a vision, something, from the goddess asking her to check out an abandoned shrine, I want to say.
Sure, a ruined shrine or a temple.
Yeah. So we have 2 plot points, which is the Obsidian Shard of Veyrule and venturing to the ruined shrine for the goddess to help her out or keep an eye on something. And then we participated in the festival, which was taking a handful of leaves, throwing them in the specially treated river for as a remembrance for those who have died. Most of the flower petals went down the river except for Trusk's, which kind of just stayed in place, more or less showing he wasn't ready to move on. And Roscoe threw a bunch in for
Seriously, I have
for the family of dragons that was hunted down earlier, and instead of floating away, they sank to the bottom, which means they're not technically dead.
Well, technically you have an egg, so that family isn't dead, right?
The other members were.
They were being hunted by death cultists, weren't they?
Yeah. So probably Draco Lich. Funsies. Afterwards, then we met with the alchemist who could make the potion of living for Trusk. But first, she wanted us to help out her apprentice down in some part of the jungle relatively close to the city, Went, helped him out of a sun-kissed plant. That's not the right pitcher plant. Saved him, went back, got the cure or potion, and that's where we left off.
I got a drum.
I think. Oh yes, the chap got a drum.
From Uma of the Fifth Drum.
Oh, right. Yersa got the vision after there was a drum circle and one of the dancers was possessed by the goddess and gave the message.
I am very quickly copying and pasting from my notes all the major things and all the major people and all the major names.
Yeah, I did not write down any names.
Well, here they are.
I've got a log of NPCs I could share.
That would be nice.
It'd also
All
be
right.
nice if they weren't long names.
As Mela brews the potion with her apprentice, Ivan Total, the festival is pretty much coming to an end. People are going back to their respective homes. It's quiet now. It's probably close to 2 a.m. by this point. And the petals and the bloomings have more or less subsided. Sure, there are still some bioluminescence flowers still blossoming locally or near you, but for the most part, it is quieted down significantly since the start of the festival. She brews the potion and then asks, Chap, is it? Could you please bring me the remains of your companion, Trusk?
I'll flip open the satchel, the bag of colding, and slowly pull Trusk's, like, it's like in a 90s comedy movie when somebody's frozen really fast and it's like stiff like a shirt left in the freezer. I pull his body out like that.
God. I would like to be frozen in the shape of me casting a spell. So I have a very concentrated face on, because that was my last dying action.
Sounds good.
Perfect. That's all a girl needs.
This is what Trusk looks like. All right. For those not knowing, I sent it as the form of carbonite from Star Wars.
Oh God. Oh yeah, that's
So-
also what I was thinking.
Not that carbonite.
Mela takes the potion and pours it first on the forehead and drizzles it down the nose to the lips, down the chest, all the way down the torso, and then back up again until Trusk is pretty much all saturated. You all see this beautiful bioluminescent color that is similar to the bloomings that occurred recently of the flowers near you. And with that burst of energy, Trusk, is your soul willing to return?
Yeah.
Yay.
What happens?
On a
when
scale
Trusk
of
returns?
1 to 10, how hot is the lady who just brought me back?
Let me get my notes real fast. She is an elven herbalist and spiritual channeler. She runs a stall for brewing potions from the jungle, known for crafting the Soul Bud Elixir, which is what you just had. She is calm, mysterious, and speaks as if half in trance.
Oh hell yeah! So she's super hot. Okay, that's all I needed to hear. You can see Trusk's body kind of like jolts awake as he kind of like peeks one eye open. He goes, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And he just takes his 3 little fingers and just like caresses the hand of the hot elven lady.
Roll me a sleight of hand check with a -2 because you died.
That's so fair. Okay, there we go. Sleight of hand. Well, I have a +2 to sleight of hand, so this is gonna be plus nothing.
Are you a charisma roll?
So it's gonna be a 2.
As you grab hold of something, You say
Unless,
like,
could it be survival? Could it be plus my charisma?
sure.
My charisma is a +4. So that would be, it would still be a 4 instead of a 2.
Sure. As you reach up and grab the nearest hand, you see the beautiful face of Mela, and you grab what you assume is her hand. It feels like a hand to you. What do you say?
Oh no. Beautiful maiden. I'm melted now.
This is all well and good, but you're hurting my hand. As the apprentice, Ivan Total, is holding your hand, unbeknownst to you.
What a buzzkill.
Great, it worked. That's always an iffy
What?
one. I wasn't sure if it would or would not, but it seems that you have been fortuitous in finding me today.
How do I look? Do I look good still? Guys?
Did you always have 3 fingers?
Yeah.
Oh, then yes, you are perfectly fine. You look really tired, though. I suggest maybe taking some rest.
Yeah. Well,
I
thanks
don't
for
know where
bringing
you
me
got
back.
that third leg, Trusk.
Roscoe, say again?
I mean,
I don't know where you got that third leg.
Eesh, ew, gross.
I've had it since birth, baby. I was born with this dong. I came out a full-grown man.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I trust wouldn't
Are
say
you
that. Hey, let's begin. And Trust goes to sit up, and then he goes, "Oh, never mind. Actually, it's really comfy here." And it
Well-
immediately goes to sleep.
It was lovely meeting you all, and thank you so much again for helping Ivan, and I hope to see you all in the future. I'm planning on staying in town for quite a bit, and if you need any more assistance, please let me know. She and Ivan go off.
Welcome back, Trusk.
Thanks. That's weird, guys. I 10 out of 10 do not recommend.
How are you feeling?
I'm very tired.
Yeah.
Can old boy
You look a
hold
little
me?
tired.
Old boy, uppies.
Oh boy, I'll lift you up.
I'll give you uppies.
You do notice old boy doesn't have the weird biological arm extensions anymore.
Your arms.
Oh, I had to reuse parts to make Sadie fly.
What's Sadie?
It's
Are you me?
a little displacer kit pops up on my shoulder and like blinks, and it looks like it's on both of my shoulders for a second, and then it's back on my other shoulder.
Oh my god. Oh, that's right. We stole that kid, huh?
Oh yes.
Wow.
I mean, you were dead, but we stole him.
How long have I been out?
Like 24 hours.
Ugh. And you did that in 24 hours?
I'm very astute with a blade.
Alright. Glad that the hot elf lady brought me back to life and not you.
Oh yes, I chose not to harvest you.
Oh, what a gentleman. Okay, old boy. Cradle me. Yep, perfect like that. Okay. I take a nap, and then you guys lead us wherever we need to go.
Shall we
What are we doing?
retire to the Hunters Guild?
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
don't
guys head over.
I don't
Go
think at
ahead.
this point any of us know about the rock that Roscoe has, correct?
Roscoe, have you explained the rock that you just stole?
Yeah. I don't think I mentioned it, but I would have last week after we all attempted to follow the guy.
While you guys walk back to the Hunters Guild, the hall, probably carrying Trusk as well, you tell them
Oh,
the
yes.
information.
I was like, Trusk is absolutely not touching the ground until his 2 points of exhaustion are taken care of. He's basically like Paris Hilton's chihuahuas right now.
My feet don't belong on the floor.
Correct.
Perhaps once you're feeling better, Trusk, you could identify this object for Roscoe.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, but you gotta promise to give it back. I mean, it is a rather nice rock.
Oh, I would never steal your things. I mean, in front of you, obviously. You know I have it now, so I can't. Like rule number 1 of stealing things. You can't be
Yeah.
the last one seen with it.
Yes. Well, good point. But that guy's probably gonna get murdered, huh? He's just gonna show up without that thing. They're just gonna kill him. Oh well,
Okay.
not our problem.
You make it to the guild hall where Henrietta is definitely not awake. She is sleeping in the back, and she knows that you would probably just let yourself in. You probably already have a key to a room, as you guys are her favorite customers, and you could just easily let yourself in.
Nice. Also, for the record, for Trust level up, I took Counterspell and Fireball.
Nice.
Very important spells.
Well, yeah, I'm also an Evocation wizard. I don't think Trusk is a warrior.
Evocation warrior.
My last fight, he thought he was.
Yeah, he did. He was like, hey, there's no problem. And then he was like, oh, yeah, there's a reason I stay back there.
All right. Go ahead and spend a ration, and you all may take a long rest.
Nice.
If we're going back to the guild, would we be able to get food there instead of using a ration?
No one's awake to cook it for you, unless someone would like to cook.
I'd try making some food.
I'll assist you.
Okay.
All right.
I can't guarantee it's gonna come out good, but I'll give it a shot. What do I need?
If you get below an 8, Henrietta's gonna wake up and be a little cranky because you woke her up, because you're clanking all the pans. But go ahead and roll a what would this be? Chap, what do I normally ask for you to roll?
Cook utensils is dexterity based, I think.
Okay, dexterity based. So
Oh, sorry, it's
make a
wisdom based.
dexterity. Oh, make a wisdom check. I'm sorry. And if you are proficient in any kind of cooking,
Oh, wait, check or a steak?
check.
Check.
Pretty much D20, but add your dex.
Wisdom.
Doesn't matter. You do so super well. You and Chap, which you could roll advantage if you want. You and Chap use the facilities, grab some of the good spices. Have like what do you call that when you? Oh, dude, nice.
Nice.
We are cooking tonight.
So you and Chap, you find Henrietta's like spices that are supposedly for a rainy day, and you make it work so beautifully. What do you call it when you are like super drunk after a night out and it's like 2 a.m. and you make drunken noodles or something, and it's like the most delicious meal you've ever had? That's what you guys just whipped up for your group with the hangovers that you might have with Trusk having exhaustion. Trusk, you get 2 levels of exhaustion cured because of their cooking ability.
Hell yeah. Holy shit, this is the best food either of you have ever made.
Oh, well,
Oh,
that's
sure, you're in the right business.
that's nice. Okay.
I give Chap a high five for the cooking
High
success.
five. I'm gonna pop my top button on my pants and go and rest on the new Barilla carpet in front of the fire.
Nice. All right. You guys take a nice long rest. Go ahead and take that and let me know when you're ready.
Can I check on the egg?
You already did, because we checked it on the end of the last session.
It was moving.
Yeah.
Did we? I
It
thought we
wasn't
checked
attached yet. It was moving.
Yes.
Can I sing
Moving but
to
no
it?
cracks.
Can you sing to it? Go ahead and give me a performance check.
hiss it a little lullaby.
It's my baby.
Oh, why? Oh no.
Roscoe does not have a good singing voice.
Do I have to get an one level of exhaustion back now for that singing?
You know what? No, I'm using my inspiration for this.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'll take
Okay.
minimum.
It's
I roll enough ones.
it's definitely not terrible, but it is certainly. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You wouldn't survive American Idol for very long.
Make it past the first round, but definitely not the second.
Mhm. All right, you guys wake up. It is a beautiful day. You slept in, I'm sure, because of how late you were up, but it is a beautiful day and you're ready to hit the road for whatever trials you have in front of you.
What's the lady's name at the that runs the club again?
Henrietta.
Henrietta. I'm gonna put a sheet on, like a ghost, and like go to like awaken her, or like to sneak up behind her when she's already up, like getting her morning coffee, half asleep. Just gonna come up behind her and be like, oh,
Do a stealth check.
God.
Trips on the sheet, falls flat in the face.
Gain one level of exhaustion.
Still.
In one level of concussion. Nice.
Oh my God.
All right. Describe it to the
wasted
best of your ability.
The Trusk, he knows that Henrietta knew that he was dead, right? She knew that I died, and that you guys were like trying to resurrect me.
Yeah.
I don't think she
I
even
don't
knew that
think
you should.
she
Yeah,
did.
she didn't know you were trying to
I think
resurrect.
she was left out of
She-
the.
Resurrection.
Because we
plan?
came
Got
from the north, so we never made it as far south.
it. Okay. So I put on a sheet. And I cut just one eye hole in it, obviously, because I only have one eye. And I kind of just like tiptoe up behind her as she's drinking her morning coffee, and I go, oh, and that's it. Trusk has no idea how to play a ghost. And then he just kind of like touches her.
The shriek that you hear
Oh,
coming
geez.
from Henrietta's mouth is so genuinely afraid of what she just heard, saw. The hot coffee spills and goes on the wall and just shrieks, absolutely terrified.
Okay. I take the sheet off and I go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I just like press to digitate the wall.
She then screams even louder because she's like, "What? I heard you were dead! I heard you were dead! What the? You're not dead?"
They brought me back. Isn't that awesome?
The power
Don't
of resurrection, baby.
Do that again. Now I have to make new coffee. Oh my God, you gave me a heart attack.
Sorry. I just thought it would be kind of funny.
I am happy that you are alive, and now I need to make some coffee.
Yes,
Actually, I don't need any more coffee. I feel awake now.
You're welcome.
Then you wore brown pants today.
Thank you, Roscoe. So,
It's no.
what do you all plan on doing today?
I don't know. I have a new lease on life. Literally. So,
Hopefully nothing that involves scaring me again.
yes, ma'am.
Yersa had
Gives you
Also,
something that she wanted to
also,
do.
I had her 2 silver for the sheet that I cut 1 hole.
Thank- Chap, you were saying?
Yersa, you were saying you had something you wanted to do in the southern continent.
Yeah, the voice coming from that woman during the dance last night, She claimed she was my mom.
I didn't know your
Okay,
mother
clearly I
lived
missed
locally.
a couple chapters. Are you sure I was only asleep for 24 hours? Or dead for 24?
You weren't even dead for 12.
Yeah, we went
Oh.
pretty fast.
You are a fresh little revitalized body. But she said that there was a temple following the constellation of the vine, which I'm not sure what that means.
Constellations are stalkers, so.
And follow it east. So I think we need to go south and east. I'm not sure.
Well, I would know
Let me
what the
look over my
constellation of the vine looks like because it was on that dude's coat, right?
Indeed, it was.
No, he just had vines.
No, it was in the constellation of the goddess.
Yeah, he was like the head, not religious paladin thing. It was like pseudo paladin.
Very druid
Just for the
vibes
festival.
off of him.
You determined that he seemed like a very devout follower of Kazmira, but he was also an individual that is just like currently working the festival. His name was Reiko Emberjaw, and he was a Dragonborn Festival Guard captain. So, you know, a decent station, but he
Right.
is. You
So,
figured out
if I
he
get
is
this
very
correctly,
devout.
You guys want to follow the symbol on a carny's outfit.
I mean, pretty much.
He wasn't
yes.
a carny.
I mean, I'm in, you know.
Plus, we also found that map that we could follow to see what this city is like.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit further away.
Based on the directions that I got from the possession and the map that we have to El Dorado, would I be able, like, are they in completely different directions?
Assume they're both south.
Yeah, they're both south, but you would say that El Dorado is quite a ways away. We're talking a week's or several weeks journey versus, yeah, you've never gone that far.
Okay.
Also, to just clarify, so Yersa, the individual who spoke to you, the possessed woman, you don't believe that it was your mother who was talking to you, but she did acknowledge you as the daughter of the gods.
What's that?
I don't know how sexual reproduction works in godhood.
I don't even know how sexual reproduction works for any of you.
Well, then we're in the same
Sexual
boat about it.
reproduction.
I'll pull out
Oh,
a
man.
magazine.
Oh God.
One of the Travelers
Ye
Guild people
old
gave this to
playboy.
me. It's got a bas relief in the middle.
God. Tactile fun.
Really quick, Dan, how are you? How's life?
All right. Total chaos. You know, moving, renovating, new house, getting sick, work chaos. Dad just had heart
Congratulations.
surgery. It's been a whole lot.
Jeez, yeah.
Congratulations on the house. I'm sorry to hear about your dad. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's doing good so far coming out of the surgery.
Good. Glad to hear that. I'm sorry about getting sick. Sorry about work. I'll tell work to cool it off from now on. All right. So, in essence, just to get you caught up, the group, Trusk died last session, and 2 sessions ago, and the group had to go to this little cave up here for Mission Impossible. They found some bandits that had some stuff, what do you call it, merchandise and things from the southern continent, artifacts as well as animal pieces. They liberated them from them, and the party returned with a dead Trusk. On their returning, there was a festival. They did some things, learned some lore. Were able to revivify Trusk through a ritual using flowers and potions. And now the group is planning on heading towards the southern continent again because Yersa received a vision or a omen or a ominous
Invitation?
from an individual saying to meet me at my temple in the southern continent by following the Vine constellation. And then Roscoe also stole an artifact from the Museum of Krantz individual. This artifact is resonating with intense powers that Yersa determined to be of deific means. And then after that, I think that's where we're at.
Nice. Oh, Roscoe, do you want to give me your shiny rock?
Like to not give it to you, but just have you look it over.
Right, you asked me to identify it?
Right. It's just a loan, not a caper.
It's just a load.
I will ritually cast Identify since we're still chilling and eating breakfast.
All right. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh, sick ideas. Hold on, there we go. It could be worse.
So, you are able to find that this jagged shard of black stone, etched with glyphs that writhe and twist like dying vines, radiates heavy necromantic energy, and it hums faintly, almost imperceptibly, with a heartbeat that is not your own.
Oh.
You know this to be the obsidian shard of Veyrul. What you learn about it, not lore-wise, you don't know the lore behind it, but you do know that it is incomplete. In its incomplete form, it currently has these properties. Death's Bloom. Any creature that dies within 60 feet of the obsidian shard immediately rises at the start of the next round as either a zombie or ghoul or some other undead entity. Under the shard's uncontrolled influence, they attack the nearest living creature.
I'm glad he didn't have this earlier.
Say again?
I said I'm glad he didn't have this earlier.
Exactly. There was a few things that could have gone real bad. How about you read the next one, which is Undead Empowerment in the chat.
Undead Empowerment. All undead within the shard's radius gain +2 to attack rolls and advantage on saving throws against being turned. Anchor of Decay. The shard cannot be placed into extra-dimensional spaces, such as a bag of holding, handy haversack, or portable hole. Attempts to do so result in violent repulsion, throwing the shard and the container 10 feet apart and triggering a pulse of necrotic energy, dealing a shit ton of damage. Warding the shard. The artifact can be temporarily suppressed for 12 hours by bathing it in sunlight and performing a greater restoration spell, but it cannot be destroyed by mortal means alone. Whisper of the Grave Bloom. Ritual, 10 minutes. Requires holy symbol of what the fuck is that by chanting Zintmok? Zintmok? Yeah, sure.
We'll go with
By
that.
chanting,
Yeah. Agreed.
by chanting over freshly spilled blood and weaving sigils of decay into the earth, a priest of Zintmok can briefly attune their spirit to the obsidian shard or any of the god's relics, which means there's more than just this one. Upon completion of the ritual, the priest receives a fleeting vision, shadows on a map, feeling in their bones or whispered winds that reveal the general direction and approximate distance of the nearest piece of the Shinmok's defined power. Yeah, you know what? You can actually keep this.
So it's
Oh.
part of a bigger
Yeah.
artifact that is divided across the continents.
So we're definitely going to
What?
get all the pieces and make a really powerful, dangerous artifact. Yeah.
Do any of
Smart.
us know anything about Sintermach?
You may do a religion check.
I
I
know.
Can
also
I do a
accept history.
history? Yeah, I was going to say, can I do a history check?
Woo! Rusk.
Hey, intelligence, baby. Trusk has got it.
All right.
Nice.
Everyone's just
Wow,
stepping up to
everyone
each
did
other.
better than me anyway. So, geez.
No, we're just building off of what our knowledge is. Come on, Jess. Brainstorm.
As for Roscoe, no, you do not know, unfortunately. It does not ring a bell to you. As for the others... where do we go? I wrote it down somewhere. But where did I write it down? I think I wrote it down in the campaign. Yes, I did. Beautiful. I did write it down. All right. This individual is a individual forgotten that you may have only crossed paths with maybe when you went to the southern continent and saw a few etchings here and there discussing the god of undeath and necromancy. Sentemok is known as the root of the final breath, is a forgotten death god once revered across the southern continent before being cast down by rival deities. He presides over undeath, necromancy, and the inevitable cycle of death and decay, viewing the grave not as an end, but as fertile ground for endless rebirth. Followers believe that all living things must die to nourish the soul's next bloom, and that resisting death is the gravest sin. Ancient texts whisper that he gifted mortals the first rites of necromancy, not as a preservation of life, but as a sacred honoring of death's continuation. Though nearly forgotten, Sentemok relics stir once again, promising a return to an age when death itself answers his call. He is generally seen as an evil deity, I spelled deity wrong, because the soul's next bloom, quote unquote, the soul's next bloom, can be interpreted widely, and often he takes in the soul for his own dark purposes.
Oh, so he's a selfish death god, too.
Jesse, can we get a spell check on that?
No, that's an M, not an
I will-
RN, right?
Wait, what? Somewhere?
Sorry, I was just looking at my screen. I was seeing the M
Oh,
as an
it's
RN.
Okay.
Is that what you were looking for?
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right. All right. And that is about all you know. Actually, I would take that back. Yersa, you are the only one that knows this. The
Oh,
Obsidian Shard of Veyrul. You have no idea how you have this knowledge. You have no idea where it comes from, but it just like hits you like a freaking rock. This is only one
Ouch.
of 3 sacred relics tied to Sentemok's dominion. Legend holds that if the shard, the crown, and the heart are ever brought together, they would unmake the mortal world and forge an endless cycle of death and rebirth.
The guy
Yay!
the guy that you nicked this off of, is he a bad guy?
Or just a really, really dumb guy that got really, really lucky.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I don't like them, so that means
Problem
he's
with
evil.
New Frontiers.
I share that news with the rest of the class.
So I should definitely replace my heart with this, is what you're saying.
I swear to God, I just came back to life. Could you just give me It's like at least a couple days to enjoy living.
You really think he'd let you? It's wrong.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, it's probably better in our hands than in someone else's, such as the Death Cult or the France Museum.
Right, but right now it's active, which means if any of us die, we turn into zombies.
Wait. Would that work on me?
Aren't you a
Might
stab?
see it.
It's
Do you
any
have a
living
soul?
creature. Yeah.
So it's not really something I think we should be carrying around with us.
Well, where are we going to leave it? Just buried in the dirt to hope
Probably.
no one finds it?
I was hoping back in the guy's pocket and stole it from you, fucking psycho. We're gonna die.
Well, if
Well, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if Yersa's going to be speaking with someone of deific origin, perhaps they could give us a clue onto how we could store it and or how we could destroy it, perhaps.
Well, what if we kept it? Wait, have we acquired a bag of holding yet?
Can't put it in a
But
bag.
you can't. It specifically tells you can't.
Oh, okay.
It makes an explosion.
What if we kept it inside of Old Boy? Because he doesn't have a soul, so technically would it work when it's on his being?
It's within 60 feet of the object, so that could be anything.
It doesn't matter if it's so. I thought it was like it's not an attunement thing.
We could try a lead box.
Hang on. Jessica, is there any way to check to see if anyone's scrying on us?
Is there any way to check?
Yeah.
Do you have true sight?
I would like to say yes, but no.
Or it would be like detect magic too. You
Could also be detect magic, yeah.
Hang on.
I can detect magic around this.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh man, I love the Ring of Mind shielding.
How is it that you had that for so many
In a
sessions?
random loot table.
It also puts a target on our backs because anybody, one of these priests, if they have one of the other artifacts, could possibly do the same thing that this artifact could do. Just find the others.
Fun. Well, God, love being alive.
Well, hang on. Yersa, do you think you could talk to the goddess at our base, since we kind of did build a house in her shrine?
I can certainly try. I make no guarantee.
Yeah, well, I figured we have more or less a place that could kind of be protected from the influence of the shard.
Do you want me to
My-
ask if we can keep it there, or do you want me to ask how we can take care of the god?
Well, we got two separate gods. We got the god of our home base, and then the god that we're going to speak with, unless they're
No.
one and the same, and I'm misremembering.
I know, but I'm wondering, do we want to ask about like housing the shard at their temple, or do we want to ask them how to not bring? I mean, we already kind of know, but
I think housing
how
the
not to
shard
bring
is probably not gonna be. It's gonna be a moot point. They're gonna want it either destroyed or to be on the moot.
Yeah.
Plus,
I was just hoping
because we have like a god of the hunt that we set up our shrine to. And this is a goddess of nature and something else. I forgot. Healing.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the name. That was the Casmira. I don't know if Casmira is the one that's trying to talk to you.
Yersa got the impression that it was Casmira or someone related to Casmira speaking. Do you remember the god that your shrine is currently dedicated to? The name?
Not off the top of my head. If the name's posted on the document, then it's the one hunting.
Okay.
Also, we could try a lead box.
Yeah, can't hurt.
I mean, if a god artifact can be rendered inert by a lead box, that would be pretty embarrassing, but it doesn't hurt to try.
But yeah, I was just kind of hoping we'd have somewhere to stash it while we go. I guess maybe track down more leads so we don't run into any accidental zombification.
Well, we could stash it at our place. It doesn't give, even if they have the other one of the other things, it doesn't tell them exactly where it is. It's just within a few miles. That's a lot of territory to cover.
Yeah, and I was kind of hoping that the goddess who we kind of shacked up with, I guess, might provide like a layer of protection over the area to kind of either keep it hidden or suppress it a little bit while we were out.
That would be nice. I mean, we could definitely ask her. There's no hurt. There's no pain in asking.
Yeah,
I think.
might have to make a sacrifice though, so that'll be fun.
I came back.
I'm not saying us, and like grab like
Oh.
a monkey or something. I don't
Oh.
know. Wasn't there a bunch of orangutan skeletons when we cleaned it out?
Bunch of hunt skeletons or animal skeletons.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get home then. Even though Trusk is fully fine and no longer exhausted, he is still gonna walk up to Old Boy and go, please,
Big yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, is the constellation visible during the day?
Make a perception check.
I can assist. I'm not very good, but I'll try.
Hey.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay, also, we played D&D Saturday night, the game that I am taking them through Descent through a Furnace, and Jeremy rolled like 7 nat 20s.
Nice.
A couple 19s. I'm a champion fighter, so.
Yeah. So he was just kicking ass. It was very upsetting.
So the answer is no. It generally is not seen during the day. However, Chap, with your eagle eyes, you are able to observe and squint hard enough, and you can see the constellation within the sky.
We can head out if everyone is ready. I need to purchase some more rations, but other than that, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
All right.
What is
By the
it?
way, Lorax, what are you doing? What did you do during all this? Did you say anything? Do you have any opinions?
The Lorax is catching up and not sure what to make of this. He doesn't like
Yes.
the idea of not just going to another body when dying.
That's so fair.
All right.
Look,
Go ahead, Lorax.
I mean, look, like, I know some of y'all might consider me kind of zombie, but like, I don't know. That just makes me uncomfortable.
No, I 100% agree. Well, not going into another body, but being a mindless zombie, not a fan.
Exactly. My consciousness just goes from this body to another body instead. But then, like, that if I'm just like wandering around like a zombie, like, ew.
Which, again, I'm very grateful that you guys kept him away from my dead body. Thank you.
What? Like, you do realize I don't just do that to any dead body. I have to also be dying.
I don't know your life.
But that's like just how myceliums work. You know, you die, you release spores, and then hope that you catch another body in the meantime.
So in death, you're basically impregnating whatever body is near you?
Yeah, cycle of life. That's like basically what trees do with dead bodies, just on a longer time frame.
I mean, I
I
guess.
don't understand why people think it's so weird. I mean,
my friends
besides,
had
like,
to. You guys had to smother me, have an elven woman smother me in some weird smelly oil, and now I'm alive. So I'm not judging. I'm just confused.
To be
well,
fair,
I mean, if I don't do this, I'm gonna die at the ripe old age of 7.
That's fair.
Define.
Yeah. Okay.
to be fair, if another human had jizzed while he was dying, the humans would find it strange as well.
Interesting take. All right. You grab the materials that you need, and you are headed out into the jungle, still holding on to the shard. You do not have a lead box yet, but you head out into the jungle. Are you planning on going to your shrine first, or are you planning on following the vision that Yersa had and going to that temple?
Oh, I figured we go to our shrine first, drop the creepy artifact off, and ask the god of the hunt to maybe hopefully hide it a bit, and then go to Yersa's vision. Yeah,
Others?
was that the
Yes, no?
was that the
Yeah,
plan?
I think so.
That sounds fine.
Okay. Since you are heading to your home shrine first, the path has been relatively worn, and it makes it for a pretty easy, relaxing trip. So I'm going to roll once on the Uncharted Journeys just to see what will happen. For shits and gigs, I'm going to need Chap, roll me a d12, and Yersa, roll me a d10, please. Excuse me.
9 on the d12. 6 on the d12.
You said 9 and 6?
Sorry, 6 on the d12, 4 on the d10.
Got it. Alright. So that is going to be Natural Wonders. And number
That
4.
sounds nice.
So nothing too scary, hopefully.
Natural Wonder is a giant python!
Damn it.
Let's make the
Alright.
snakes. Might be
Oh
fun.
my god.
Just because you can speak to
I'm
them
on
and
the
they're like,
PDF. I'm on the PDF right now, and I'm like, oh, it would help so much if I had the book right next to me. And I look over to my left, and it's right next to me.
Mm.
There we go. And number 4, you said? All right. The party encounters a hollowed out corpse of a giant python snake.
this is
And
already
I'm not
on-
exaggerating.
this
I
is-
swear to God, I'll take a picture of
we
this.
got this on the way from our place to Thale Watch before, so it's just literally on the
It's the
way.
same one. It's the same one.
That is
Okay.
so funny. Out of all the things that it could have been, there's like 100 that you could have chosen. So, technically 120 that you could have chosen. So yeah,
You said it was a D10?
yeah, D10. You did it right.
Okay. Sorry.
Yep. You've seen this natural wonder before, and what would be in here? Go ahead and roll me a D100, Yersa.
Where is my mouse? There is my mouse. The joys of 2 screens.
Holy moly!
Ooh.
inside of this hollowed out snake that you've been to before, you see a halfling dressed in a bright feathered costume, replete with a large fake beak. Yeah, and he's working on what looks to be a scaffold containing a massive half-built slingshot made out of the bones of this massive python corpse. He mutters aloud to himself. I'm going to need you all to roll stealth checks to see if you can sneak up on this individual and see what's going on.
Well, I already rolled a good stealth, so I know what's about to happen.
Jesus, I haven't rolled above a 10 today.
You know what? At 14, I'm proud of you. Proud of you, Trusk.
Oof, so close to a natural 20. All right. Good. Majority of you pass. As you get closer, he mutters aloud to himself variations of, "I can feel it. This is the one. It will work this time." And he's getting all excited as he is constructing this slingshot, looks like.
Like a person-sized slingshot? Like he's going to slingshot himself?
It's quite large. It definitely could fit a person.
Hey, why are you doing Python?
What? Who?
I was just gonna yell at him.
Who goes there?
The ghost of Christmas past.
I don't know what Christmas is, but I'm trying to make a wish, if you can't tell.
What do you mean?
With a slingshot?
Yes. It should work.
Explain.
It'll work this time. I promise it'll work this time.
What does it do? Do you flying?
It's a slingshot for flying, of course.
But how do you land?
What do you mean? I'll fly.
Does he have wings? Or are they like fake?
They are very much fake.
He's wearing a fake beak,
Okay.
too.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Colored.
I'm in danger. Who's gonna tell
Small
them?
friend. I mean it with peace and love, but it doesn't really. I don't think that's gonna work. I think.
Here, hold
I think
this, hold this. And he hands you what looks to be like a rope for like the lever.
Oh hell no!
Pull the lever, crunk.
I feel like I'm
He
about
starts
to be
getting in-
complicit in a murder.
He starts getting into the contraption.
Can I try to convince him to come out of the contraption?
You can certainly try. What do you say?
Where did you get your information on this, sir?
It came to me in a vision. Now, all right, let me get snuggled in. No need for a helmet. No, definitely not. All right, let me check this, check that. Everything seems tense.
To be
Everything's
fair, we're
tensed up. Hold
following
on.
a vision of yours.
All right.
Yeah,
You
that's
there,
true.
one-eyed one. Ready? Set.
No.
Pull. And he's like getting ready. He's all tensed up and opens his eye. Hey, pull it.
Sir, I think you will die if I pull this lever.
I didn't ask you for your opinion.
I mean, I kind of look at the group and I look at the rope and then I look at the group and I look at the rope.
Let's go give
Hey.
2 thumbs up.
Bon voyage! I pull the lever. I pull the lever, Crunk.
Before you do, Lorax, you were gonna say something. Lorax, what were you gonna say?
Oh.
I'm not really one to tell people to do what with their lives, but have you considered maybe trying some? Wait, what kind of creature is this?
Halfling dressed in feathers
costume.
and a fake beak.
Have you considered, trying this with maybe, I don't know, halfling-sized pot, or perhaps the cadaver of a child?
Oh my god!
What? What are you, some
Yeah,
sort
like
of nut?
What?
Like
I
yeah,
mean, yes.
you
it
know?
is.
I mean, better to break the dead than the living.
No. This requires true ingenuity. You gotta really sacrifice the body, if you know what I mean. All right, pull it. And I assume
Well.
you pull it.
Yeah, I think bon
Boomfoot.
voyage, friend.
All right. You guys hear a. And he goes launching into the canopy and above the canopy, out of sight. And we will find out what happens to him later.
You have lost
Wow.
karma points.
Listen, I was just helping a brother out.
What consenting adults do with giant slingshots is their business.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
get why
well-
he couldn't just pull the lever himself. Why do you have to make us do it?
His arms weren't long enough?
Or something about morals. I don't know. Can we get her at this home?
You are very close to home, yes. You may get to your shrine without any other delays or altercations. And as you arrive, your shrine is going... Where's
There's a halfling-sized hole in the wall.
No, that would be funny, though. You get to your shrine. It is as cozy as ever. You have a few people that are still, like, your workers at the shrine, just kind of taking care of the property. Nothing too crazy. Again, it's a small shrine dedicated to the god of hunt, and you renovated it enough that it's doing pretty well. Yeah.
Nice.
As for, we'll say there's 2 NPCs here currently, and you can design them, name them, and we'll figure out how they die. I mean, how they're going to help you store this artifact.
Okay, well, since we're here, why don't we, as a group, take a seat at the shrine and talk to the god and see how they feel about helping us.
And if we're able to hide it here relatively safely, I'm gonna hide it alone.
That's fair.
No one can
I
read
didn't
my
know that's-
mind. Well, no,
Right,
it's just
so
that no
let's-
one can read my mind. Yeah,
Oh, I was just thinking the less people that knew where it was, the better.
yeah, that too.
Yeah, I read a
Alright.
story one time about this one ring that drove everybody crazy. So
Oh my god.
Chap takes it literally and sits down and just starts speaking out loud. Oh, hunt god person thing. Grant us
okay,
a hiding place for this
okay,
weird,
all right.
dark...
Chap.
Yes, yes.
When we pray, we do it inside our heads. Okay, we're all gonna hold hands and add some. Do you have any pieces left over that aren't very useful to you at the moment that you could put on the shrine?
I feel like something fresh would be better, but let's take a look. Let's see. Beast parts. I will pull out a handful of teeth from a pouch of teeth that I have and scatter them up.
Okay.
We've been very busy, Your Eminence. And we have come into ownership of an item of very scary stuff. I will then talk about it. I think you gave it. It had a name, correct?
Shard of Verul.
The start of a rule. I like whisper it. And we fear it falling into the wrong hands, and was wondering if perhaps there was a way that you could help us hide its location, because carrying it with us is also very not good, as you can imagine. And as somebody who has just recently come back from the dead, I would like to not have to deal with undeath. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
would
so
like
we
to live
figure,
to 7, please.
so we figure, if like you could just like guide Roscoe specifically, the snake guy, into like a good location that we could hide it. That would be like super dope.
Also, please guide big dangerous monsters to us.
Okay, we do want to hunt and kill big monsters. So, I mean, honestly,
We don't want to
yeah,
die.
But only if they're invasive species.
right. I know. It's hard living with PETA over here.
Oh, excuse me.
What? I don't have a problem with killing animals. I just have a problem with killing the wrong animals.
PETA doesn't have a problem with killing animals either.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Make
They just don't
a
want they just don't want you to have animals that you can kill. They're fine with killing animals.
make a religion check, Trusk.
Oh, okay. Can I do it at advantage for the teeth and friendship?
Sure.
For the
Sounds
teeth
reasonable.
and friendship.
The power of friendship and teeth.
Hey, not bad.
Right.
Not bad at all. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
You see, through the shrine, you can see Bralmika, the god of the hunt. This deity looks to be wearing tribal-like clothing, holding a spear that gleams in the sunlight from the shrine. It's just a really quick vision, as they say, the shard will not be safe here. You may hide it, but in time it will be found. Do your best to find an alternative hiding spot in a short amount of time. Take my blessing that you will find good hunt in the future and figure out what to do with the shard quickly.
We did.
And then-
Thank you. Oh my god, that was so thoughtful and not foreboding for once. God. You know what? We chose a really awesome god for this deity or for this shrine.
She then points to Chap specifically, and they say to Chap, "You, do not dishonor me with items that you have taken from other hunters. You may discard or get rid of those items back to nature. You may only harvest those that you may only take that which you harvest."
I'll knock
And
the
then they
teeth off
disappear.
the
This
hazard.
guy.
What are those teeth?
Hmm?
What did you do?
Oh,
Where'd you
we
get those
stole
teeth?
these from the poachers.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, we're new to the religion thing, so hopefully, thank you for your grace.
They disappear, and with that, the shrine goes back to normal.
All right, kid. Well, shall we get a move on? Roscoe, I'm assuming you will go hide it where you see it best around, and then we will make sure we double back here and get the shit hidden as quick as possible in a better way.
All right. Roscoe will disappear into the bowels of the shrine, or the former temple.
Yep. You return a time later after hiding said artifact, and you are now back with the group. What are you all doing?
Okay, Yersa. Take us on your vision quest.
Okay, well, we said we couldn't see the constellations yet, could we?
Yeah, actually, Chap had eagle eyes and could see the constellation decently well.
Okay, so apparently we're supposed to follow the constellation of the vine, whatever that means, east, and it's going to lead us to a shrine temple,
Okay.
I think.
Dang it,
It
which is
seems very vague.
exactly how I like it.
In that direction.
Perfect. Then let's hop to friends.
All right.
I'm glad I'm alive again. Did I say thank you? Thank you so much. Unless there was a time where you guys thought about not bringing me back, then fuck you.
Anyone? Any response?
Nope.
The silence makes it uncomfy.
All right. You guys head out and head towards the constellation that you assume to be Casmira's constellation. We are going to do a quick run through, and how about let's do a skill challenge and
Ooh.
go ahead and who wants to start with the skill challenge?
Dun, 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 dun. I can proceed pretty well.
All right, Trusk, you head out with the group, and you
Oh
do
wait,
your
actually,
best.
my investigation is better.
Can you explain how you investigate?
I will investigate by also investigating the constellation and trying to investigate the best path around. That does something.
I'm gonna give you a disadvantage.
No, but I'm a good girl.
A 16 with
Yeah.
disadvantage?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Next. Who's going next?
I'll use animal handling to just keep our interactions with the local wildlife copacetic.
All right. Eleven plus 5 is 16. Beauteous. Who is next?
I'll use my map and general knowledge of the area to kind of keep us on track, where it might be keep us a little more focused instead of just walking around.
Wait.
Okay.
So this isn't the position thing then, or
No, we're just
No.
doing like our last, like how we used to do it.
Yeah.
Use a
okay.
skill that you're good at roll.
We'll go back to that eventually. I just wanted to change a pace for funsies.
Okay.
A little bit of a shorter journey.
Yeah.
Was that survival?
Yes. Sorry.
Oof.
Jesus,
Oofa.
Jones, man.
You'll
right.
roll a little higher than a 10 someday.
Not today.
All right. And next person, whoever would like to go.
I forget. Were we doing it where we can do something that someone already did if they failed it, or
Anything. It's whatever you would like. But you just have to give a good explanation, or you get disadvantage. Like someone.
I try to keep Roscoe from leading us astray into a literal nest of vipers and eating the poison berries.
Perfect.
What would you say, nature or survival?
Survival.
Got it. Go for it.
God damn it!
What is it?
Not those poison berries, these poison berries.
Roscoe
All
wouldn't know
right.
he's resistant to poison. They're just regular berries.
Yersa, it's up to you now. This is the final roll.
Can I
No
go
pressure.
about on our trek? Can I go about looking for medicinal herbs that we might be able
Because
to use?
some people in your party have been poisoned by poison berries? Yes.
Yeah. Leave it to
What would
the
that be?
mushroom and the snake to not think about. Medicine? Medicine. Herbalism?
Medicine?
Yeah.
Oh,
Herbalism
God.
or medicine, I would allow it.
I was so busy correcting Roscoe, I didn't double check that these weren't another look-alike.
Oh my god.
no.
Not
Oh,
those
God,
poison berries,
no.
not those poison berries, but try these berries. Nope, they're poisonous too.
Poison berries.
Hey, this is
Yeah.
at least that looks exactly like poison ivy, but it's definitely not poison ivy that you should use as a salve.
Yeah, and you should totally use it to cure the poison oak.
All right. Roscoe, Lorax, Yersa, make con saves, please.
I'm resistant, so I get advantage.
Good for you. I'm
Oh my!
Oh
so
no.
All right.
Everyone's just pooping and puking on this
I'm
ride.
gonna go ahead and lie down and die now.
So we're gonna do Yersa, Lorax, not Roscoe. You saved. But you
Yay.
guys have gained a level of exhaustion from all the diarrhea that you've had and vomiting.
Great.
Oh god. Wait, where is exhaustion on here?
It's right
Yeah,
under your
there is
pick.
exhaustion.
It's the little open dots. On the left, it says exhaustion 1,
Oh.
2. When you put your cursor over it.
Gotcha.
As you approach, you hear what sounds like an individual struggling as he says, you can hear it from where you are coming from. You can hear, back I say, you will not tame me. Sounds like an older individual having a rough time. What are you all doing?
Oh. Can I
We're all
peek
having a
over
rough
the
time,
peek
buddy.
through the bush and
Yep.
see what I see?
You
Oh
see,
Is
boy,
this
that's
and
Chap over it.
I'm activating
Although
the
I
map,
feel
so
like
you'll
technically
be
this would be investigation.
you'll be coming over to this map. All right, you should be able to see it now. You can see. Go ahead and put your
There.
guy in a bush or in a corner somewhere, because you would definitely be in a bush or a corner somewhere. As you approach, you could see what looks to be a ruined temple covered in vines, a courtyard that is covered in grasses and just completely overrun, a fountain that definitely is like holding moldy water, kind of like black trickling out of it. But on one of the vines, you can see an individual that is struggling to try and get out of the vines. He is what do you call it? Slashing to the best of his ability, but he looks quite elderly, and he is doing his best to get out of these vines, but struggling a lot. And the assassin vine is attacking him. What do you all do?
Oh, firebolt!
You do fireball?
I put firebolt.
Okay, firebolt. In that
Specifically.
case, let us roll initiative real fast. Go ahead, and we will do that.
I feel like we're in a Fallout chicken fucker kind of scenario right now.
What?
Oh my gosh.
We're going
Does
through like a
not
vine
compute.
temple, and he's being attacked by vines, and we're attacking the vines instead of attacking him.
Yeah,
That
maybe
was
he's the
fucking
bad
my
guy.
chickens.
Waiting on Lorax.
Come on. You can do it. Alright. Why is...
Oh, nice.
All right, Chap, you are the first one. What do you do? And you don't even have to do anything if you don't want to.
Does it look like we're at the temple we were headed toward?
It is directly underneath the vine constellation that you've been following for a couple of days. By the way, eat 3 rations, please, all of you. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, this could be a bad guy, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna step forward and be like, what did you do to piss off the vines?
As you come out of the works, you see a weathered knight, in battered ceremonial armor. The colors look faded, and the insignia on his armor is unrecognizable. His cloak is ragged, and he carries a rusted longsword engraved with symbols of ancient symbolism, honor. You do not recognize them to the best of your ability, at least from this distance. He shouts back, my name is Sir Renwick, and I am on a holy quest, and this creature here seems to be trying to prevent me from my holy quest. Please, avenge me if I perish, and
What?
continue my holy quest, or help me. But regardless, I have done my life with honor, and I shall continue with this honor. And he tries to cut the vine, but the rusted longsword is just not really doing much.
What is your quest?
Oh, as much as I would love to have casual conversation, I'm a little wrapped up in the moment. And he gets squeezed by the assassin vine.
That's cool. I've got all day. I'm just gonna stand there.
Yay. You pass your turn.
Pass my turn.
Lorax.
What does the Lorax know about assassin vines?
That's a good question. Go ahead and give me a nature check. This is free. You don't. It's not an action. It's just like a.
Okay.
Do you take in the world around you? Okay. Why a -2?
I don't know why.
Exhaustion.
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 Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
forgot. Exhaustion is -2, not -1. All right. So you look around, and you know nature like the back of your hand. This area that you are currently in is very much tainted. This is not a well-kept area. When you were traveling before, the jungle was lush. It was beautiful. It was green. But here you can see that the water, like drizzling out of this fountain, is blackish. The smell in the air is putrid. The trees are just it looks like they were once great but are now long since decaying, and there's a corruption going on around you, and it's only in this local area, it seems. Normally assassin vines, sure, they probably wrap things up a little too tightly, but they're generally okay and you can handle them. But this assassin vine looks very much tainted and not of the type that you would want to have in your druid grove.
Okay. So the assassin vines. I think I have an idea. So currently the assassin vine is like strangling him, if I'm understanding
Yes.
correctly.
Indeed.
Okay. So I'm gonna fight fire with fire. Do.
I'm gonna start strangling it.
I'm going to strangle the strangling plants with more strangling plants. I cast entangle.
All right, cool. Is this like an ensnare that you have to make a strength or dex check or something?
Yeah. For the duration, these plants turn the ground in the area difficult to terrain. Each creature must succeed in a strength saving throw or have their strained condition until the spell ends.
Oh no, more is coming. Oh dear. Oh, my end is nigh. As he sees all the ensnaring vines beginning erupting from the ground, he is looking very worried at this point, trying to slash his way, but cannot. The assassin vine unfortunately does save, I assume. Your DC is 14, and yeah, it's 18, so doesn't do too much. But the assassin vine didn't look like it was moving anyway, so.
All right. Well, no point in keeping that up. I'm gonna drop that and turn into a beastie, and then pass turn.
All right. It is the knight's turn, and he is, again, to the best of his ability, going to take a good whacking at...
I will. Let's see. What do I want? Just going off the vibes. Let's badger myself.
Go for the badger.
Okay. Why is? All right.
All right, Roscoe, go ahead. He just slashed at the assassin vine. Did some decent damage, but nothing too crazy.
Ooh.
Wait. Why is?
40.
Is damaged.
Can the vine understand languages?
Guys, can we just kill the vine, please?
I can't reach the vine, that's why I'm asking.
I'd give you 5. I'd say you're close enough.
I'm like 30 feet away. I used up all my movement.
I'd say you were 30 feet, like starting.
Oh, okay. My question still stands.
You know that they don't have a mouth or ears or a tongue.
Okay. Back to Old Faithful. Not flurry of blows, so just 3.
3 attacks, got it.
Oh my god.
Hit, miss, hit.
Cool. And this is slashing damage, 23.
23 slashing damage, very nice. Anything else? Assassin Vine, constrict on the individual. 31 points of damage, and he
Kill him.
is not doing good. All right, next is Trusk.
Here. Well, shit. I don't want to also light the guy on fire. You know what? Oh, I can sculpt spells. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I do.
Evocation.
Evocation. I was thinking
Yeah.
sorcerers only can do that, but I guess yeah.
I mean, he's through the beach. La, 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 la. You know what? I'm gonna chromatic orbit fire sculpt spells around just because I know he's holding on to the old guy, so I don't want the old guy to get hurt.
All right, roll your attack.
Mm.
Nice. That'll definitely hit. You guys watch as the chromatic orb splits into 2, goes directly around this veteran, and just lights up the assassin vine for 16 points of damage. Very nice. Anything else, Trusk?
And it is on fire.
And it's on fire.
Nope. That's like, but see.
Yersa.
30. Okay. I'm gonna try to shoot the plant.
Imagine yours is like, you know what? I trust the plant more than that old man. I'm gonna shoot the old man. Put him out of his
Unfortunately,
misery.
does not hit.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there. Cry. Carry on.
All right. Chap.
Oh, okay, we're fighting it then. Run up. Pick on someone your own size, which there's nobody around here that is. And
Just go away.
I will swing my fire flail over.
$18 will definitely hit.
For 11 damage, and then bonus action, I will order Sadie to fly in. Is this thing immune to poison damage?
Immune to poison?
Yes.
Good question.
It's not gonna hit, but I should know for next time.
It is not immune.
Okay. Doesn't hit anyway. That's my turn.
All right. Lorax.
Old boy doesn't go?
Or old boy.
No, I had Sadie go instead.
No.
Lorax.
Alright, Lorax is
It's
the movement.
Badgerax to you?
Wait, There we go. All right. Fighting vines. Fighting vines.
$17 will absolutely hit.
Where's the... Oh, there it is.
Five points of damage. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Veteran's turn. Veteran does the best that he can with what he's got. I think it's disadvantage, actually. Whatever. He rolls it. Ah, yeah, that's right. Double natural ones, baby. All right. Roscoe.
We gonna punch. Normal punches, so just 3.
Nice.
Ooh.
Thank you. So 2 hit.
All 3 hit.
Oh,
Nice
Look at
damage.
Roscoe being
42. Wow.
The assassin vines look like they are almost gone. Anything else, Roscoe?
It's his
flurry of
turn.
blows
right
so he doesn't get another turn. It's gonna kill him.
Yeah, that's yeah. One more punch. Come on, baby.
Is it gonna hit?
Oh no.
It is sadly not gonna hit.
Hang on. Does flurry of blows give me 2 extra or 1 extra?
One extra.
One
You already
extra.
did this extra one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Womp womp.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm so
All right. Well, you guys watch as Sir Renwick Thorn, the very old individual with rusted sword and tunic that is terribly unkept and just weathered away, succumbs to the assassin vine, and his neck snaps as he goes down. Trusk, it is your turn.
Oh, that was so fucking brutal. There's no reason. I'm going to firebolt this fucking stupid vine.
That'll hit and probably kill it.
Oh wait. It was on fire.
How much
So it
damage is
would've
that?
taken-
It's only a D4, right?
No, a D6.
A D6?
I think it
It
would
would've-
set objects on fire.
But he's a plant.
I'd allow it. I'd allow it. Roll a D6. If you get a 6, it would have died before Sir Renwick would have died.
Okay, let me double check because I used chromatic orb, which is a D8. Okay. Nope.
All right. Trusk,
Alright,
you finish him off with the firebolt. Roll damage. All you really need is like 4 points. Yeah, you do it. How do you want to kill it?
Kind of aggressively. I just felt like that was so unnecessary, but I feel like we kind of just contributed to that guy dying for no reason. So yeah, it just blows up, and then I go to the fallen knight, and
There might be a limit on the amount.
and then I look to see if he has like a journal on him or something that like tracks what his goal was, so we can finish it for him. Or at least maybe now that we're up close, can I try to like do a history check on his like emblem and stuff? Or is it 2-1?
Give me 1 second. I'm reading his thing. I'm dumb. What is this word? Geese? Geese?
Guys.
It's Geist. It's a spell.
Guys, yeah.
Well, I know
Spell.
it's a spell, but it's is it like a contract? Because in the sentence it sounds like a contract.
Well, sort of. It's like a
obligation.
order, an obligation. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go. That makes sense in the context of this. All right. So as you look him up and down, you look for any kind of a note or thing. There's nothing.
I'm so sorry. That was fucking rough, dude. I helped my stronger and beefier friends pull him into like a nice little cozy corner that he can be at rest at. Like stick his sword into the ground, put his helm on it, that whole jazz.
Yeah, I'll slip the car out of artery so he starts bleeding out and doesn't, he'd start feeding the ground.
What are you doing? What is wrong with you?
Returning him to the earth.
I don't think that was how it's okay. You know what? Can we just get into this fucking shrine?
All right. As you all, things are a lot quieter now, but as you all kind of gather around, you can see that the little trickling that you can hear is coming from the fountain that is overrun by this fetid liquid of brackish color, and it just smells terrible. And the temple that is in front of you is crumbling, but still standing, believe it or not, which is shocking, but covered in vines and overtaken by the jungle. What do you all do?
Does the temple itself have any symbolic drawings on it or anything like that? Like, is it a temple to another god that was taken over by the goddess of nature, or was it a temple to the goddess of nature that just become corrupt?
As you grab onto the vines, that they do not feel like normal vines to you. They're brittle. They kind of shrivel up in your hands pretty easily. You pull down the vines, and you are revealed a door. And on this wooden door and for wood to have lasted this long is unbelievable. You assume this is some sort of really magically etched wood for it to have lasted this long. And what you can see is that there is a symbol that you recognize from the guard from Thalewatch, that this is undoubtedly a temple dedicated to Casimira, the goddess of healing and nature.
We made it to the
Yersa,
right place.
do you feel any like tingling or anything?
Tingling?
I'm talking to Yersa.
Would I?
Mighty
You
sense
feel
kicking
drawn
up.
to it? Insight yourself?
Kind
real
of. I
creepy.
almost think I should. I don't know how I would feel.
I think that's probably your best option. Insight yourself.
Sure, do an
All
insight.
right. We're doing some self-reflection. Okay.
All right. With a 13, you can kind of feel that this place is not what you expected. For being dedicated to the goddess of nature and healing, you'd expect to feel like you are in nature and healing, but it very much doesn't look like that. It looks a lot more corrupted than what you were hoping.
Mom, what the fuck?
Do you think she sent us here to maybe clean up her temple?
Are we gardeners then?
Well, I mean, we have a druid, and we have her daughter, I guess. So, in this instance, perhaps.
I'd like
mean,
to
obviously,
friend of her
reemphasize,
mom.
reemphasize, Kesmira is not her mom.
okay, sorry. Well, the corruption is coming from somewhere. So maybe she wants us to rid the corruption. That's not necessarily gardening. The corruption could be coming from an evil monster.
I will open the door.
All right. As you open the door, you are welcomed. Can you interact with that door? Just curious.
Yes. It's very
Nice.
tiny.
Can you see inside?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So, as you interact with the door and it creaks open, you can see inside it's a small, relatively small temple dedicated to Casmira, but inside are a few pews and two very interesting looking trees that you've never seen before. And on the altar looks to be a cracked crystal. This crystal seems to be out of place. These trees look to be like they are holding on for dear life. They're still alive, but their leaves are withered and everything is just not as it should be. You do not feel like this is a place of worship.
Well, Yersa, this is your show.
Yersa?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Would I recognize these trees?
Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Nope.
They do seem familiar, but at the same time, not really.
This just feels wrong.
Um,
I'm gonna go and
do we
investigate.
know, like,
this role.
I was gonna say, do we know what could corrupt the plants like this?
Oops. Do you know what would corrupt the plants like this? You can do an investigation check.
Jeremy, roll me a d20 plus 8.
$19.
Very nice.
After doing a quick investigation, you are led around to the fountain as well as this crystal on the altar. The fountain seems to be spewing out, and not a lot, it's just like a little trickle, but it's spewing out this disgusting black liquid that just, it's definitely not water. It's definitely not supposed to be here. Same with this crystal. It seems very out of place.
I think the crystal is causing it. Maybe?
Possibly.
Does it look like the
Can
crystal?
I? No, go for it.
I was just gonna ask, does it look like the crystal is like cracked in half, like there's two pieces, or does it look like it's cracked off of something else?
It looks like it is cracked off of something else, and there is a large crack gouge going down it, but it's not like severed yet.
Could I investigate the crystal to see if it might be giving off some kind of archaic energy?
Absolutely, Arcana check.
Say, would mending work? Can I just mend the crystal back together?
All right. With that 17, you are quite certain that this crystal right here is at least part of the reason. A crystal like this definitely needs to be either fixed or needs to be replaced.
Placed with what?
Another crystal that'll work.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. But like, with crystal from where? Trusk, do you
What's up, babe?
think you have mending
Oh
capabilities
yeah,
at the moment?
yeah. I don't know if it would work on that. I mean, I could
I mean,
try.
would you be okay trying?
I mean, yeah, you know, honestly, I have a new lease on life. I've already died once.
Do we want to maybe step back a little bit? Wait, do you have to use your hand for, like, do you have to touch
I
the thing
sure
for
do.
mending?
I have to touch it. I sure do.
God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna hold on. Okay, this is stupid, but if
I love
something
that.
happens, can I prepare? Like, I'm gonna hold Trusk, like, around the waist behind him, and if
It's like
something
those
goes
guys.
bad, I'm just gonna yank him away.
It's like those guys who work on those like really dangerous electrical things, and they have like somebody
Yes.
that holds on to them to pull them back. So if they electrocute themselves, they can let go.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Trusk cracks his 6 fingers, and with one finger touches the crystal to try to mend it.
As you cast the mending spell, you all feel a whoosh of air, and the leaves around the trees inside the temple begin to shift and move, and the crystal, the crack has reformed, and the crystal now stands upright. The trees beside you seem to glow a little bit lighter, still not completely whole. And the fountain that you see spews out a little bit faster, still that brackish, ugly, disgusting water. An improvement for sure, but still needs a little bit more. The crystal is fine at this point. Now your attention draws to the fountain.
Okay, let's see what the hell's going on with the fountain.
Okay, fountain time.
All right. Give me a D100, please.
It's like you pull out trust.
You find.
Believe me.
Let me copy and paste. A single left boot. Fine leather with brass fixings. Worth 6 gold pieces. At least the brass.
Fine brass.
You do not think that this is related to anything, and it just randomly was found in here. Alright, what are the rest of y'all doing?
We must investigate.
I was gonna say
Specifically,
investigate the fountain.
I was gonna say the fountain to see if there's like crystals or something, or a crystal that's a part of this, or something that's perhaps blocking.
Or is there anything that might indicate that the crystal that's on the altar is from the fountain?
Like it belongs inside of it?
Yeah, with the Trusk giving a good investigation check, you're pretty certain that the crystal does not go inside of it. But with the help of Yersa and Trusk's investigation, Yersa knows that Kazmira is the goddess of healing. And oftentimes a fountain is used as a form of healing. People would like dip their hands into the fountain or drink from the fountain and whatnot. And you are...
Scoping.
You are quite
What
certain
was that?
that you need to heal the water.
Yeah, there you go. It's his boo-boos, Yersa.
Okay, would purify food and drink work?
You can certainly try.
One moment, I just need to check something quick. All right, we're gonna try it.
Oh, yeah.
As you use your purify food and drink, you can see that the water begins to spew out a little bit faster and faster as that disgusting putrid color begins to disappear, and your magic is strong enough that you are able to purify the water until the fountain begins spewing fresh, clean water in the fountain that was just disgusting a moment ago.
Nice.
You hear
Some
a
spirit away shit.
you can see a light begin emanating from the crystal to the north on the altar, and it seems to be calling you.
Cautiously
Yes,
walk to the
Lisa.
crystal. One moment.
As you approach, you hear, all of you hear, Yersa, I knew that you would find me. It is good to see you. You do not know me, but I am Kazmira, the goddess of healing and nature. You have saved this temple. My power is still nothing of what it used to be. But I am able to communicate with you now more wholly. Tell me, what have you learned of the artifact that you carried to your shrine?
It has the same level of power as some of the artifacts of my mother.
Indeed.
Besides that, sorry.
Indeed. It is an artifact from a horrible individual, a deity of death and undeath. I would like you to carry the burden of figuring out a way to prevent his followers from obtaining the rest of the items required for their rituals. This will not be easy, and that shard cannot be destroyed by any mortal means.
Rough.
Okay.
I will need you to collect
Alrighty.
certain artifacts to prevent the coming of Sintamek.
Okay.
What's the item?
I was gonna
They
say,
are known-
you gonna list the items or no?
They are known as the Bloomguard Trinity, a set of 3 sacred relics forged from the essence of renewal, healing, and rebirth. Together, these relics can nullify the corrupting power of the obsidian shard and its siblings. But separated, they are dormant and hidden across the wounded lands. The 3 pieces are the Verdant Crown, a living circlet of eternal vine said to grow from the first garden blessed by myself. It grants the bearer purity of will and protection from decay. You will also find the Heart Seed Pendant, a crystal seed suspended in amber, pulsing faintly with life energy. It binds deathless forces back into the soil from which they came. And finally, the Dawn Bloom Staff, a gnarled wooden staff that blossoms anew each sunrise. It channels the raw force of healing into a barrier that can sever undeath's grasp. Only when all 3 are brought together at a place of old power under the open sky can you cleanse the world of Tistamok's touch. And I'm going to copy and paste that.
Nice.
But I
Oh my
said,
god.
Be aware that his followers will be looking for the shard as well as the other artifacts.
Who are his followers again? Is it the Death Revelers, or I'm sorry?
That is likely the cults, or the individuals that they are known now today. The Death Revelers, they, for whatever reason, have taken a liking to the god of undeath. No doubt because of his
man.
manipulative powers.
I'm telling you, listen, as somebody who is a master of the arcane arts, people really need to stop messing with necromancy. Especially when there's things like fire. Hello?
Listen, like, they are just... Like, it's just such a waste. I mean, all of those bodies could be perfectly good fertilizer or new spore people.
I agree, Lorax. That is what my teachings are all about. The circle of life, as it were. These individuals believe in a different circle of life. One that I will do whatever I can to prevent. The first of these artifacts can be found in a city in the jungle, east of here, known as Mirgate's Rise, the gas giant. Please, go to the city, find the artifact, and with its power, you should be able to find the other two. Be wary. You will have obstacles in your way. But I entrust you with this, Yersa. Of the daughter of the gods, you and your family must save us. And Kazmira begins to disappear.
She kind of does that. Me? Like the little... Are you kidding me? Okay. That seems like a lot to put on one's shoulders, but... Okay.
I'm the savior of the gods. And they're the coolest shit.
Okay, well, I guess we have some searching to do.
All right.
Okay. Well. Would there have been any, like, okay. Would Yersa know of any of the, like, she said of the... What kind of lands again?
What kinds of what?
Like, where to find these relics?
Where the first one is where we... Yeah.
She did not tell you the others, she just told you the first one is in Mirgate's Rise, the gas giant.
Do we know where that is?
I was gonna say, would I
here.
have any recollection? Okay. Well, should we continue east, or do we want to continue further to go to El Dorado first?
This seems pressing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This seems like, you know, it's not every day you get to become the chosen one here, so eat it up.
Okay. Mom didn't prepare me for any of this.
You know, that's why you gotta do what I did. And just, like, leave home and ignore my parents. They send letters all the time. I just throw them out. I'll need them cramping my style. Although I definitely should not tell my mom that I died.
Probably a good idea.
All right, so east we go. Trusk does not know cardinal directions and just immediately starts moving in a direction very positively, and it is definitely not east.
I'm gonna grab Trusk by the shoulders and turn to the direction that we're supposed to go.
I guess yeah, I was testing you. Good job, chosen one.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, don't call me that.
All right, you guys. Yep, good.
I just said to the east. To the east.
You guys begin heading towards Mirgate's Rise, the gas giant, a city that was given to you by Kazmira, and you we'll head there for next session, and that is a good place for us to end.
Nice.
Beautiful.
You know,
So,
I'm starting to like the gods.
you ever write an NPC that you're like, oh yeah, this will probably be an important NPC for later.
Yeah,
I'll write a little backstory.
And then your players just let him die. Yeah. As soon as I was just like, no, guys, I think we're supposed to save him.
I mean,
You can do whatever you want.
To be fair,
was... Yeah.
to be fair, I rolled shit for my initiative.
Yeah. I read in a bit too much to the name of the vines, and I thought they would be higher dex and lower strength. I was wrong.
Well, that and the big dummy went first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Here's
all
our
right.
plan. We're not really sure what's going on. Okay, I will not do anything this time, so I won't be yelled at.
And then, oh, oops, I probably should have done something.
There's no pleasing you people.
That's so fair.
All right, well,
Oh.
have a good night, and
All right.
we're gonna end
Yep.
stream now.